In the years immediately following the Civil War between 1865 and 1868, South Carolina entered one of the most turbulent chapters in its history. Reconstruction had begun, and the state was rewriting its laws, its leadership, and its identity. It was during this early Reconstruction period that Stephen A. Turner emerged as one of the first Black sheriffs in South Carolina, serving the people of Chester County. Turner stepped into office in the late 1860s, at a time when the 14th Amendment had just been ratified in 1868, granting citizenship and equal protection to formerly enslaved people. Chester County was still reeling from the collapse of the Confederacy, and the promise of freedom clashed daily with the resistance of those determined to restore the old order. For newly freed Black families, Sheriff Turner represented something they had never seen before: a Black man with legal authority, sworn to uphold the law in a county where slave patrols had once ruled the night. Between 1868 and 1871, he enforced Reconstruction laws designed to protect freedmen, including the right to vote, the right to testify in courts, and the right to move freely without harassment. Turner's presence at polling places during elections in the early 1870s was especially significant. South Carolina's 1870 election cycle was one of the most violent in the state's history, as white supremacist groups attempted to suppress Black political participation. Yet Sheriff Turner stood guard, ensuring that Black voters could cast their ballots without intimidation. His badge was more than a symbol of office. It was a shield for a community stepping into its new rights. But his service came with danger. The Ku Klux Klan intensified its attacks across South Carolina between 1870 and 1871, targeting Black officials, teachers, and community leaders. Chester County was not spared. Turner carried out his duties, knowing that enforcing the law placed him directly in the crosshairs of those who rejected Reconstruction and the federal protections it brought. Despite the threats, he remained steady. His leadership helped stabilize Chester County during a period when violence, political tension, and racial hostility threatened to tear communities apart. Freedmen who had once lived under the constant fear of slave patrols now saw a sheriff who looked like them, listened to them, and defended them. Although no surviving photograph or written physical description of Stephen A. Turner exists, the historical record confirms his service. His name appears in county documents from the late 1860s and early 1870s, marking him as one of the earliest Black sheriffs in South Carolina during the Reconstruction era, which lasted from 1865 to 1877. Turner's story is a reminder that Reconstruction was shaped not only by famous political leaders, but by local lawmen who risked everything to protect their communities. His courage helped lay the foundation for civil rights in the decades that followed, even as Reconstruction collapsed in 1877 and federal protections were withdrawn. Today, we honor Sheriff Stephen A. Turner for the years he stood between his people and the forces determined to silence them. His legacy lives in the truth that justice is strongest when it belongs to everyone. This is Black Justice Untold, the stories they tried to erase, now remembered. If this moved you, like, share, and subscribe so we can keep reclaiming our history together. Our stories deserve to be seen, heard, and remembered.